scared of small-scale projects? The biggest, most resilient opportunity for the modern quantity surveyor is in the infrastructure boom. We're talking about large-scale mega projects, often valued at over $1 billion, which are fundamentally driven by government initiatives and public funding. But to land these contracts and become an indispensable strategic advisor, you need one crucial certification. With DiyQspro, you can master the skills and knowledge required to excel in this field.
Welcome to this DiyQspro online explainer. If you've ever looked at an NEC contract and thought, wow, this is a lot, then you are absolutely in the right place. We're going to break it all down and show you how to go from feeling overwhelmed to being in total control, all with a clear, powerful method. Okay, so here's our game plan for today. We've got 5 simple steps on our journey from chaos to control. We'll start with the why, a better way to build. Then we'll get into the 3 core principles that are the heart of NEC. After that, we'll look at the key processes that turn those principles into action. Then, the really practical bit, the DiyQspro toolkit. And we'll wrap it all up by talking about what it feels like to deliver a project with total confidence. Sound good? Let's dive in. So, let's start at the very beginning. Why do NEC contracts even exist? Well, they were created to fix a massive problem in the construction world. The old, confrontational way of doing things, it just wasn't cutting it anymore. It was time for a change. And this slide just says it all, doesn't it? On the left, you have the old school, buried in legal jargon, always reacting to problems instead of preventing them, and let's be honest, often ending up in arguments. But look at the right side. NEC is a whole different world. It's written in plain, simple English. It's all about being proactive with tools like early warnings. It's built for collaboration, not confrontation. It's a massive breath of fresh air. Now, this collaborative spirit isn't just a fluffy idea. It's actually built on 3 really solid interlocking principles. These are the foundations of the entire NEC philosophy, and understanding them is key to making it work. And here they are, the 3 pillars. First up, clarity. The contract is written so that a normal human being can actually read and understand it. No law degree required. Second, flexibility. This isn't a one-size-fits-all contract. It's designed to adapt to pretty much any kind of project you can think of. And third, and this one is huge, it's a stimulus to good management. The contract actively pushes you to be a good manager, to look ahead and to communicate. But what holds all of this together? What's the secret ingredient? Well, these 3 incredible principles are all powered by one single, unbelievably important clause. It's the one clause that sets the tone for everything else. And that is Clause 10. This little clause says that everyone involved has to act in a spirit of mutual trust and cooperation. Now, here's the crucial part. This isn't just a friendly suggestion. It is a binding contractual obligation. It completely flips the script from us versus them to we are all in this together trying to get this project built. So mutual trust sounds fantastic, but how do you actually make that happen on a real-life, busy project site? Well, NEC does it with a set of very clear, structured processes for managing the things that matter most: time, change, and quality. And one of the most important processes is all about the program. Now, in the world of NEC, the program isn't just a pretty chart on the wall. It's governed by Clause 31, which makes it the literal heartbeat of the entire project.
You see, under Clause 31, your program, what we call the accepted program, has to be incredibly detailed. It's got to show the order of work, the key dates, where your float is, your risk allowances, and, critically, it must show the impact of any changes. This document becomes the single source of truth that drives payments, risk management, pretty much everything.
This quote just nails it. The program isn't something you create on day 1 and then forget about. It is a live, breathing, critical management tool that you use every single day to run your project effectively. I just mentioned changes, and NEC has a specific name for them: compensation events, or CEs. This is NEC's modern answer to the old, often messy variations process. A CE is simply any event that could impact the cost, time, or risk on your project, and it kicks off a formal, fair, and transparent process to deal with it.
So, what can trigger a CE? Well, as Clause 60 shows us, it's a whole range of real-world stuff. Of course, there's the obvious one, a direct instruction to change the scope. But it could also be unexpected ground conditions, the client not giving you access on time, or even weather that's way worse than the forecast predicted. It's designed to be fair.
But here's where the discipline comes in. This process is non-negotiable. When a CE happens, you have to notify it, you have to do it fast, and you have to do it in the right format. The consequences for getting this wrong are serious. You could lose your right to claim for extra time and money. This is a process you absolutely have to nail every single time.
Okay, I can hear you thinking, this is a lot to keep track of. And you're right. Trying to manage all these strict timelines and processes on spreadsheets is a recipe for disaster. This is where having a proper system becomes a total game changer.
A system like the DiyQspro toolkit is built specifically to handle the demands of NEC. Just look at how these tools map directly onto the key clauses we've been discussing. The CE tracker handles that whole CE process. The notice generator makes sure your communications are spot on. The KPI dashboard keeps you on top of your program. It all just fits together. Let's just zoom in on one. Remember how crucial that Clause 61 notification is? A tool like the notice generator takes all the guesswork and stress out of it. It makes sure every single notice is perfectly formatted and compliant, which directly protects your bottom line. It's a lifesaver. Or how about the KPI dashboard? It brings that all-important Clause 31 program to life. Instead of being just a document, you can actually see your performance, spot problems before they happen, and make sure you're ticking all the boxes to avoid any delays in getting paid. It turns your data into action. You know, if this systematic approach to gaining clarity and control is resonating with you, I really encourage you to see it in action. You can see how these tools can completely transform your projects by visiting us at DiyQspro.com. And that brings us to our final section. Because when you combine the collaborative philosophy of NEC with a powerful system to manage it, something amazing happens. You stop just trying to survive the contract, and you start using it as a strategic advantage. And the benefits are real, they're tangible. You see a huge reduction in disputes because everything is clear. Accountability goes through the roof because everyone knows their role. You manage risk proactively instead of reactively. It all leads to better collaboration and ultimately better projects for everyone. In the end, it all comes down to this. This is the goal. Not just to finish the job, but to deliver it with absolute clarity on what needs to be done, total control over your processes, and the deep confidence that comes from knowing you've got it all handled. So the final question is really for you. After seeing this clear path from the confusion of old-school contracts to the confidence that NEC offers, are you ready to make that move? You absolutely can take control of your NEC projects starting right now. To learn more and get the tools that will give you that clarity and confidence, just visit us at DiyProScore.com. Thanks so much for listening to the DIY Pro Score online podcast.
Master NEC, leverage 5D BIM, and you stop being a number cruncher. You become a strategic powerhouse. Hit the like button and subscribe for more essential strategy guides for the modern QS. With DiyQspro, you can achieve your career goals and land those mega projects. We predict, optimize, and deliver at DiyQspro.
Predict, optimize, deliver.